Call to order. Open meeting. Thanks for making me, first I'd like to say thanks for making me the board president for the 2024-25 school year. We will start off with public participation. See, we don't have any. So next we'll have staff reports by Dr. Mark Portery.
Thank you, President Lofton, and thank all of you. We are at the end of our year, getting there. We have 8 days left, but who's counting? It's been a wonderful year, and we continue to move forward. Tonight, we're going to ask members of our track team. We do see our athletic director, Coach Morgan, and our track coach, Mr. Darrell Granger. You know, Mr. Granger is always excited about track. He's laughing. He gets really in his moment. So he had some success this year, so we want him to come up and just talk about what they've done and introduce his guests.
Good afternoon, Dr. Portery, Superintendent of the School, President, Mr. Lofton, all the board members. We just happy to be here this afternoon. These young men had a successful track season this season. We didn't get what we wanted, but this group will be back to get what we need in Port Arthur, which is a state championship in track and field. And I truly believe that this group of young men that's standing behind me will do that for us within the next 3 years, because the majority of these young men are sophomores and freshmen, and we will be able to get to Austin and get what we need. First place on the award stand and that first place trophy back in Port Arthur. I've been up here many times, and I said, I'm not leaving until I get that trophy. And that's my plan. That's my plan. I want to thank Coach Morgan, our athletic director, for all the support that he gives us. I have a volunteer that comes out all the time. I don't ask Coach Salisbury for nothing, but he's an old Port Arthur coach. He comes out there and he works with our kids just like he on the staff. And I appreciate that, Coach Salisbury. So this season, we qualified for 6 different events in the regional meet. The 4x1, 4x2, 4x4, long jump, triple jump, and the 100 meters. The girls also qualified for 2 events, the 4x4 and the shot put. Now, I can say the girls next year is going to have a lot of talent. So I'm looking forward to getting those middle school girls from Lincoln and Thomas Jefferson, because they have a lot of middle school talent on the girls' side coming next year. So we are really looking forward for the girls to be going to regionals and state as well. In the 4x1 in regionals, we finished 5th. The 4x2, we finished 2nd, which qualified us for the state. 4x4, we finished 2nd, which qualified us for the state. In the long jump, Ja'Cory Davis, who is a sophomore, he finished 5th. And in the triple jump, Keithan Roberts, he was a sophomore, and he finished 6th in the triple jump. So all those young men will be coming back next year because they just sophomores. I don't know if, let me see, we got Davon. Y'all stand up, come here. Davon. I'm going to say a little about Davon Isles. He's been in the program for 4 years. He's a football player. He's committed to going to Old Dominion to play football. He's an early college graduate. I am really proud of this young man because he's been in the program for 4 years. He could have said after his senior year, after playing football, coach, I'm getting ready for football. But he came out and ran track. So that's the type of kids we're looking for in the program that's going to stay around and help the other kids get to where they need to be. And Davon, I want to congratulate you and appreciate you for all the hard work you put in this year. We have Jacoby Joseph. What's Jacoby? Jacoby Joseph. Jacoby ran on the 4x4. Oh, I'm sorry. Ours, he ran on the 4x2 that finished fifth, and he ran on 4x2. Jakelby Joseph, he was a state qualifier in the 4x4. He's going to be attending TSU next school year. Monte Martin, they shy. They shy when we get in front of people. Monte Martin, he ran on the 4x2 and he ran on the 4x4. A dual sport athlete. He's a sophomore, football, track, sophomore, Monte Martin. Matthew Christian, he ran on the 4x4. He's just a sophomore. So you see what I'm saying about the program. We have some babies that's still running, and we're gonna have much success in the years to come. Alex Eugene, he was the alternate right here. He's a sophomore on the 4x4. Benjamin Scipion. Benjamin is a junior, but he was an alternate on the 4x4. I'm looking for big things from Benjamin. We got to make sure he don't get injured next year. But if he stays healthy, it's going to be good for Port Arthur. Brandon Richards. This is my baby of the group. He's a freshman that anchored all the relays as a freshman. And I can say if Brandon stays healthy throughout his career in high school, he's going to be one of the most decorated track athletes that come through Port Arthur. If he stays healthy and continue to work with that effort that he has, he's going to be one of the most decorated athletes in Port Arthur that ran track. I see one of my female athletes arrived. Come on, Mississippian, come on up. That's Benjamin's sister. That's what I call her in practice. Don't see that. She just smiles all the time at me. She ran on the 4x4 relay, and she's a sophomore. So we have a lot of young kids that's participating in the program and doing well. Even though we didn't return with a state medal, these young men accomplished a lot. In the 4x1, our fastest time ranks number 11 in 5A, in all of 5A. So that's a clap right there, just to be one in the top 20 in the state in 5A division. In the 4x2, we was number 2. So we have the ability to get the job done. We ran the second fastest time in 5A in the 4x2 this season. And in the mile relay, we ran the fifth fastest time in 5A this season. So, and it's with these young kids. So with another year under their belt, we're going to be really, really good. And if they just stay humble and listen to their coaching, these young people is going to take us where we need to go, which is to win a state title. So we appreciate you all inviting us today, and if y'all have any questions for us, I'll answer.
Mr. President,
Go ahead, bro.
I'd like to, first of all, thank you, Coach Granger. From day one, you have shown us that you can get speed out of a donkey if he had to run. And I see that you continually doing some great works here in this school district. I almost didn't recognize Coach Salisbury, looking like one of them children back there in the back. Coach Salisbury been in the game for a long time, and Coach Morgan as well. But me and Ms. Johnson, we're sitting there talking because we feel old because some of the kids up there are classmates' children, and they're doing some great works. Fellas, ladies, continue to doing exceedingly. I know we don't supposed to say this, but exceedingly above all that you can ask or think. And the sky is the limit. So use your tools that coaches are providing for you and take it to the next level. I've seen y'all run. I've seen the videos. I mean, y'all are exceptional. Y'all running in the state of Texas. That's what I can say. And it's the best. And I guess what? Y'all have the best coach in the state of Texas coaching you all. If you don't believe me, go to the ninth grade campus and look at the wall. His history is on the wall. he can show you what he's done. So continue doing your part. And your part is being a good student, being a great student, going to work, going to school, doing your work, doing what you have to do, and set yourself apart from the other students, being a leader. We're looking for that in Port Arthur Independent School District, especially in our sports department. We're looking for leadership. And I see a lot of leaders out here right now, especially with the young lady. She's the only young lady in here with all these tough heads in here. Ma'am, you can hold, if you up here with them, you can hold your own. I'm quite sure. So congratulations to you all, Coach Granger, Coach Morgan, Coach Salisbury. Thank you guys for what you're doing and continue doing for our kids in Port Arthur.
Thank you.
Dr. Brown.
Yeah, I too want to join with what Mr. Barty just said and associate myself with his positive comments about this team and coaches. And, you know, how many of you play football, by the way? All right, let me, if I can just take a moment to acknowledge, you know, I went to University of Texas at Austin. University of Texas at Austin, it's like you lose one game, that's too many, right? You lose two, you pretty much have a hard time keeping your job. Don't lose three. But this football team did an outstanding job, Coach, and I just want to acknowledge that. And the game, that cold night we played, man, I know you've had thoughts about it over and over, as I've had, but anyway, you should be proud of the good season that we had. But in some places, the football players can't run track for whatever crazy reason. So I appreciate your supporting the track program, as Coach Granger just said.
And just so, and obviously Coach Granger and I talk a bunch, but I rely on Coach Granger to get our guys faster. I know he knows how to do that, and so I leave that to him. I know that's his specialty, and like I say, all these boys up here are dual sport kids, and so you'll see them, obviously, some of you seen in the fall, and you'll see the rest of them this fall.
But that's positive. That's a positive thing, working together in that way. But I also want to acknowledge, at the stadium, I was there, state track meet, and you know, we had a pretty good crowd from Port Arthur with those nice, colorful shirts that I didn't have one of. I wasn't around when they passed out the nice shirts, but that's okay. But so I think I heard you say you're going to defeat Fort Bend Marshall soon. Is that what you just said? I thought I heard that right.
I'm gonna let one of them say that.
Next year we will be for we're gonna win state the whole state meet next year.
All right, but yeah,
Team championship.
yeah.
Bring back rings.
All right. When you and one more point, when you get out of Houston in Region 3, I mean, that's saying something. I mean, that really is. So we know when you get out of Region 3, you're going to do well at the state level. Like you said, everybody's healthy and everything. Anyway, I'm just proud of you and thankful for the job you all are doing. I'm just so proud. And Memorial Port Arthur showed up last Saturday, but also we still hold the record for 5A. For is it 4x100 or 4x2? One of them.
The 4x1, we still have the state record.
Still got the state record in the books. All right, congratulations,
Yes,
Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh, go ahead, Kim.
I just basically want, not to be repetitive, but just want to echo what both Trustee Warty and Dr. Brown have both stated. I also want to add a little tidbit, Brandon, say that Kyla Jean is the only one up there holding it down for the girls, but that's because that's my family. So, you know, it's in our blood to hold it down for the ladies. And I know she's going to do great things. Her and Beanie, I'm proud of them as being a part of my blood. I just want to highlight also, Coach Granger, you do a good job. Before I've ever met you, I've heard of what you've been doing, and you continue to show that along with Coach Morgan with the football team. But I just have to highlight the fact that you guys are here and y'all are doing it and y'all paid to do it. But it speaks volumes about a person who's not being paid for the district, still coming and giving their time. And I just want to also reiterate the thanks to Coach Salisbury for coming out, doing what he's doing. They know him. The city knows him. He takes their time. He's always happy, always has a smile on his face, always makes me feel like everything is going perfect as he is now. I've been knowing him since I'm a little girl, and I just wanted to also commend him because you don't have to do it, but you come out and you do it because you want to. And I'm sure the kids, as well as all of us, appreciate what you've done and being there to help out Coach Granger and Coach Morgan with anything they may need you to do. So that's definitely something I wanted to highlight. and just tell you guys to continue to be great for you all that's going off to college. Continue to keep the morals that Coach Granger and everyone has already instilled in you, and just be the best that you can be on a college level, represent for Port Arthur, and hopefully come back and take Coach Granger's job one day. And Coach Morgan, when they're ready to sit it down and be over with, don't forget about us here in Port Arthur. Just the sky's the limit, like Brandon said. Keep being great if you're still in school, and even excelling to the college level. And thank you again, Coach Salisbury. I appreciate you all.
Thank you.
First off, I'd like to say thank you, Coach Granger. Thank you, my coach, Coach Salisbury. It's wonderful to see our community still have you a part of it, Coach Salisbury, coming out, volunteering your time. And what's impressive is that's about 4 decades. You probably coached their grandparents, and they're still listening to you. That's what's so impressive, that you've changed with the time. A lot of people can't say that, Coach Salisbury. Coach Granger, when you, I remember you from school, you still was running, and you're still running. But I want to congratulate you. Keep up the good work. I know you and your staff, Coach Roberts, y'all put a lot of work in. But it's also a testament to our nature here in Port Arthur. We always grind, we always work hard, and we don't let no one defeat us. When somebody tells us that we can't do it, we go out there and we show it to them. So I know when we went out to Austin, we represented well. Even that little boy that's standing behind you in that blue shirt, who cut his hair off. But I just want to congratulate you. It's a testament to our summer track programs. People don't talk about that. We have our summer track programs here in Port Arthur, where Coach Salisbury and Coach Granger volunteer and help them. They don't get paid. They just go out there because they know they go out there and help those kids that's 5 and 6 and 7 years old start learning how to run. By the time they get to him, oh man, he got something. That's why he can't retire. So again, thank you, Coach. Appreciate you. We love you. Continue striving to be the best, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes. So we'll be back next year with some bigger and better things. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for all you do for our kids in our school. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we will have Mrs. Lott, and Mrs. Lott will share what's been happening over the last month.
This media report covers the 3 weeks since our last board meeting. Let's see. We have had 16 observances throughout the month of May, including Cinco de Mayo, National Hearing and Speech Month. We celebrate our military, Asian Americans, and Pacific Islanders. Across the district, we celebrated in a huge way Teacher Appreciation Week, and we also recognize all of our campus testing coordinators and our district testing coordinator. Some of our other celebrations: School Lunch Hero Day, School Nurses, Mother's Day. We have Memorial Day coming up in a couple of weeks. Yesterday, we had observed Generation Texas Decision Day, so that was National Academic College Signing Day. That was over at the high school, and that was a successful event to see students who have made their college decisions and were honored by the NJROTC students received their honors and awards and indicated which branches they were committed to enlisting to. National Speech Pathologist Day is coming up. May is Mental Health Month, and we are getting ready to celebrate our graduates on next Friday, May 24th. So we're excited about that. This past Friday, May 10th, we celebrated our CTE students who earned certifications and our Wilson Early College students who earned their associate's degree from Lamar State College, Port Arthur. We also celebrated School Principals Day, School Communicators Day, and we had our senior prom. We celebrated our Teachers and Rookies of the Year for the 2024-2025 school year. They received awards and recognition at our annual breakfast, And that event was live streamed on our YouTube channel, and the video is still up if anybody was unable to attend and would like to see that event. And here are some pictures of the way some of our campuses celebrate our teachers during Teacher Appreciation Week. The ninth grade academy and the high school, some of their students planted trees at Adams Park across from the high school. And so there's a picture of them at that event. Wilson hosted its first chess tournament, and that's a picture from the conclusion of that event. Sam Houston has been celebrating the AR readers who have earned 100 points by allowing them to put their handprints on the ceiling tiles. So that's a picture of one of them, but there are several students at Sam Houston who've reached that major accomplishment. And our campuses celebrated Cinco de Mayo. Our Port Acres Elementary School received a STEM lab donation, so there was a grand opening for that. And at the bottom left, Port Acres enjoyed a foam party. So we are at the end of the school year where we're having our fun days and field trips and celebrating our students. This particular event was a mother-son pajama jam that was at Terrell Elementary. So the mothers and their sons wore pajamas. Some of them brought tents, sleeping bags. They watched a movie and it was a dance and it was very well attended, and the kids enjoyed that particular event. At the top, Lincoln Fine Arts Academy held its second career day, and the career day once again was completely student-led. The students research their particular career of choice. They create a trifold, and they present what it takes to be in that particular career, as far as what type of education, what type of salary, what type of job duties, and things of that nature. And it's not just a presentation of the particular career. The kids who attend the career fair have like a scavenger hunt worksheet that they have to complete as they go around to the different stations, so that they are learning about careers as they're participating in the career fair. In the middle, those two pictures are from the second annual STEM Fest at Lincoln also. And that was a day where the whole campus by grade level was able to go out to the teachers' parking lot and the boys' gym to partake in like the game trucks, STEM activities. There's the robotics dog that was donated. And so there were experiments, different refineries, volunteers came out to do experiments with the kids. They had an indoor planetarium. Our technology department showed the kids some of our technology equipment, the drones. I think this is like a gaming setup with the steering wheel thing. And so that was a day where all of the kids were actively engaged in STEM activities, and they were enjoying learning with the fun. They didn't even realize that they're learning about STEM. And then these are some of the art students from Alpha with their Cinco de Mayo artwork. The top left corner, Texas Southern University presented scholarships to the seniors at Wilson Early College, and the seniors who had already applied to Texas Southern and been accepted to the institution all received full ride scholarships. So that was an amazing event, and we appreciate Texas Southern. The guy that you see pictured with Miss Principal Baptiste, his name is Brian Armstrong, and he is a proud product of PAISD that works at TSU, and he's always looking to help any of our kids who want to attend TSU to be able to do so. The top middle is the Kingsman Young Men's Group at Wilson. Mr. Dagry is showing the robotics dog that they will be using from pre-K to 12. They received a grant from I think it was Motiva, for the school district and Lamar to partner with bringing robotics and engineering to students from pre-K to 12. In the middle at the bottom, we have another UIL regional winner in literary criticism. That young lady placed 6th. And then there's another photo from the opening of the STEM lab at Port Acres. For our Clash of the Titans in soccer. TJ won the girls and the boys teams at TJ, 8th grade girls and 8th grade boys soccer teams. So they will house the trophies until next year's Clash of the Titans. We also held a district-wide spelling bee, and the different campuses posted the respective winners from their campus. And then we just met the young gentleman and the young lady from the state track meet, and so this is some pictures from when they were in Austin. We have some athletes who have started receiving offers from colleges and universities. We had some of our eighth graders who participated in girls basketball all-star game and boys basketball all-star game in Beaumont. And so that's one of the young ladies from Lincoln who participated. And then our elementary campuses have been announcing their cheer and twirl and dance squads for next year. As far as community engagement is concerned, here are some of the events that we've helped to promote on our timelines. And Miracle Queen of Wilson Early College was named the Latham Memorial Scholarship Award recipient, and that's a scholarship in honor and memory of 3 of our deceased PA ISD graduates, alumni. Here's some more community engagement. Our Spanish, let's see, is language other than English and Spanish language arts and reading courses. The students from elementary and high school published books through those classes, and they had a book showcase at the Memorial High School. I think it was last Tuesday. And so these are some pictures from that particular event, and that was a big success because we have some little authors, some little published authors in the district. Well, a lot of them, and from elementary all the way up to high school. The bottom right photo, there was a STEM night at the Port Arthur Public Library, and several of our science teachers and our elementary science supervisor were actively engaged in bringing STEM experiments to the library for the community. The top right, we have reimagined our Titan question of the week. We've given it a new format, and the question we asked was, who was your favorite high school teacher? And we had over 150 comments, and we engaged over 2,000 people since posting that. So we'll be doing that once a week. Here's a picture of our Wilson Early College High School graduating class for this year. And this photo will also be featured on the City of Port Arthur website. And then we have our district-wide elementary teacher of the year in the top left corner, Miss Cassandra Wilrich from Terrell Elementary. And our district-wide secondary teacher of the year is Idolia Anderson from Memorial High School. And they were announced at the Teacher and Rookie of the Year breakfast. And then here's our media summary. We had one of our alumni that joined the Southeast Texas Youth Professional Organization, Jeremy Daniels. And then we have a class of 2008 alumna, and she's an actress, Amber Robinson. She, May 7th, was declared Amber Sharday Robinson Day in the city of Port Arthur, and they gave her a key to the city. And we are remembering Mr. Gregory Dudley, who is a former employee of Woodrow Wilson Middle School, and he passed away. And that concludes my report.
And along with that, just to announce, our condolences and prayers will go out to Mr. Rodney Rito and his family, one of our retirees who just retired in December. Vanessa Rito passed away last night. She was a transportation driver. And so our hearts and prayers and condolences go out to the Rito family. That concludes our report.
Thank you. Next we have minutes. Consider and if appropriate, approve minutes of the April 25th, 2024 regular board meeting. Do I have a motion?
So move for approval?
approved by Secretary Narcisse, second by Dr. Johnny Brown. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Next, we have consent agenda. The following items, which are of a routine and recurring nature, have been designated consent agenda items by the board president per policy BE local. All of the items in the consent agenda will be acted upon by one vote without being discussed separately unless requested by a trustee, in which event the item or items will be withdrawn immediately for individual consideration in its normal sequence after the items not requiring separate discussion have been acted upon. I'll give you a minute to look over the items. I'd like a motion.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the consent agenda as follows.
Second.
Second.
Have a motion made by trustee Barty and second by Vice President Johnson for consent agenda items 1 through 20. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Next, we have personnel to consider and if appropriate, approve employment of teachers. Dr. Porter,
I've given you the list of teachers for your consideration.
So move for approval.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Next, we have consider and if appropriate, approve non-renewal of term contract employee. Dr. Porter,
We've given you the name for the non-renewal of term contract employee.
Second.
approved by Dr. Brown, second by Vice President Johnson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Consider and if appropriate, rescind action approving term contract for probationary employee. Dr. Brown? Dr. Porter. That's the last time I was president.
I've given you the name for the employee to rescind action approving term contract for probationary employee.
Second.
Approved by Dr. Brown, second by Vice President Johnson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Next, consider and if appropriate, approve non-renewal of a probationary contract employee. Dr. Brown. I mean, ordering, man.
I've given you the name for the
Stop calling me
non-renewal
Dr.
probationary contract employee.
So moved.
So, approved by Vice President Johnson, second by Dr. Brown. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Information, Dr. Porter.
Average daily enrollment, 8,202. Average daily attendance by month, 90.1%.
I call for adjournment at, I can't see the clock,
7:08.
7:08 PM of school board.
7:03?
Yeah.